Hi guys, it's Mo. Today, this video, I'm talking about the back injury I had, which is a spinal injury. So it's L4, L5, disc bulge, total herniation for that disc. So I know a lot of you will relate massively to this, because when the injury happened, I was looking for information, trying to see people who had it. Although I work on injury rehab with my clients, including spinal injuries, but it's completely different when you have it. It's totally different. It also helped me to understand how they are exactly feeling, and when they complain about something, or the back hurts, or some movements or anything like that. It says on the book, but it's totally different when I had the experience myself, which is something I never thought I will have, but it happens. So the injury happened in one of the Olympic lifts. It was actually a snatch pull, and I during the first part of the lift, I felt the pop, and I almost heard it, and I immediately sat down. I couldn't even complete the lift. I lost all control over the bar, and it felt very, very, very weird, because I kind of knew what happened. I was like 95% sure this is a disc bulge for sure. So that was on the 13th of April 2022. I went immediately to hospital, to A&E, and they couldn't do much at the time. I went home, and at night it got so bad I couldn't even move. I didn't feel my lower body, and I was very worried. So I called an ambulance, and I went back to hospital. They had to do immediate MRI, and it was obvious that it's the disc bulge, L4, L5, and I started the treatment from there. So there is no really medical, or as in medicine, treatment apart from anti-inflammatory and painkillers. But here is the confusion. Some doctors, unfortunately, will tell you you'll never be able to lift again, but that's not true, because I put a plan together for my own rehab, and I was able to be back to lifting at almost 100% in 3 months. So now there's something here. After during the rehab, towards the last month or so, although I was feeling at 100%, but there's something about, which I have to talk about as well, the mental part of it. I didn't want to push to my 100, so I was so worried. Although the form is very good, rehab is going well, but there is something mentally that is kind of like always there at the back of my mind when I push heavy weight. So in 3 months time, I was back to normal, actually quite heavy weights, and there are some videos in as part of that video to show my progression. So I started from not being able to move literally to lifting heavy weights at the end of my 3-month rehab. So that's just to show that it's possible that you go back to normal, actually go back to strong like normal, and it's the fact that disc bulge doesn't really stop you from living your life normally. If you're an athlete or someone just normal who is not an athlete, or someone who goes to the gym without competing or anything like that. So yeah, now I'm gonna put a photo to the MRI just to show how the disc looks like when it's totally herniated. So just for you to have an idea, and I'm sure some of you will be like looking for information about this, so I hope that's helpful. Also guys, I logged most of my journey videos, which it will show you when I started. It will show you the days when I'm feeling down, the days when I'm feeling good, the days when I'm feeling good, and the progression of the exercises, and yeah, it will, most importantly, it will show you that it's possible. And I know some of you will be interested to know the journey, because I personally was looking for similar information for someone who's an athlete, not just a normal person, because of course it's different. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. Please watch the video and let me know if you have any questions. Leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to help you. My experience now is not just as rehab specialist or just a coach. I also had it, and I did the rehab for myself, and I'm back and I'm stronger than ever. So this is more helpful because on the books it's not the same like when you have it personally. So yeah, let me know any questions you have. I will make part 2 for this video, and about this subject, and I'll keep you guys updated. So it's day 6 today, feeling 5% better. I'm about to do my own physio session now. Still got to put the work in. So it's day 9. I'm feeling 25% better, which is great. I'm about to do my physio session now. I've got to put the work in, always. So it's day 10. There's some significant improvements in the daily movements. However, no lifting yet, but I'm expecting in the next few days to start my first compound lift session along with my physio. I changed the physio slightly as we're progressing, but yeah, so that's a quick update for today. Okay, so it's day 13 today since the injury, and I'm gonna try to squat for the first time. Let's see how it goes. set of 10. Discomfort level 4 out of 10. So definitely the physio is working, the rehab is working, and we got to put the work in. Keep working. So it's 2 weeks now after the injury. I'm feeling 60% there. Loads of hours being put in for physio and rehab. Did my first squat session, I did deadlifts, and yeah, the rehab is still going. In a week time I'm expected to have a full session again and have a go with snatch and clean and jerk, just technique work, nothing heavy. I'll keep you guys updated. So it's the 7th of May, which means 3 weeks after the injury, around 3 weeks. I completed a whole week of training, quite heavy this week comparing to past 2 weeks, and yeah, it's great. Pain discomfort level maximum 2 out of 10. Still doing my rehab, different things now, focusing on the range of motion and going heavier a little bit. So yeah, stay tuned for more updates. So today is the first time I'm attempting to squat 50 kilos. We are a month and a half after the injury now, so let's see what happens. So 10 reps at 50 kilos, zero pain. Stay tuned. Okay, so deadlift 40 kilos. This is the heaviest I've done so far since the start of the rehab. We're a month and a half after the injury now, so let's see. So it's 8 reps, 2 or 3 out of 10 discomfort. I chose to stop at 8 just to be on the safe side, but overall I'm happy with that. So stay tuned for more progression of the rehab. Okay, right guys, so today is the 22nd, isn't it? 22nd June 2022. So we are 8 weeks now since the injury, and I am testing 60 kilos for the squat today. This is the first time, and this is the heaviest weight since the injury. I'm going for 4 reps. Let's see what happens. reps, zero pain, zero discomfort, which is great. This weight used to be my warm-up weight. Literally, I put the 60 and do 12 to 15 reps before I squat. So it just shows you it's part of the process, and it's probably helpful to get rid of the lifting ego. Stay tuned. So, in terms of the rehab, here are some major parts of the rehab, which includes the exercise. First of all, before I tell you what exercises are helpful, you need to know that if you have a disc bulge, best thing is to actually move, not rest, unlike what most people will tell you. So, and what I mean by move, it's okay once the injury happened and this couple of days where you can't move and all this, that's fine, but try to get over this as soon as possible. So I would start doing the exercises as soon as you can get off rest time or get off bed, move, whatever you're doing, but don't take as long as most people recommend. So for me it was 3 days. I couldn't do much, and it was very, very painful. I was on some controlled drugs, painkillers, and to help with the pain. On day 4 I started my own rehab plan immediately. So the main points here: lower back strength, glute strength, core strength, core stability, and hip mobility. So here are some of the movements that I did personally in my own rehab, and I also recommend to you if you have disc bulge.